would say we were good together. I would say we had fun.
Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is CeeChronicles and I post fragrance related content on this platform. If you're here for the first time, please consider subscribing and joining the family. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. Also remember to hit the like and share button, guys, as those are very helpful in ensuring that the video then gets a lot of traction. Now, I have decided to do a series of luxury fragrance smeller likes. These are going to be alternative to some of the pricier fragrances. And I'm going to do this in a series form so that we do not take an eternity. I realized that my table is so full when I was picking out those fragrances, and I thought, okay, I'm going to do a part 1, part 2 series. Okay, now, the very first fragrance that actually made me think of this concept is this one. This fragrance, guys, Asdaaf Atlantis, was on my tray for the month of April, and the one thing about this fragrance is when I bought it, I had no idea that it had a likeness to Women in Gold by Kilian until I actually bought Women in Gold by Kilian. So I do have, both fragrances here, and I thought before I dispose of this bottle, because remember I was on my project pan list, I thought before I dispose of the bottle, let me just drop it here, guys, that if you're looking for something in the same vein, you could perhaps look at purchasing Atlantis. Both fragrances are going to have that creaminess, that fluffiness, the powderiness, that muskiness, and that fruitiness at the same time. And this is going to give you a great representation of this. I'm not sure whether Asdaaf was actually going for this DNA when they did this, but after owning this one first, okay, the Atlantis, I had no clue. I had no clue whatsoever until I purchased Women in Gold, and I was like, this is pretty close. Okay, this one of course has a little bit of some sharpness and intensity there that makes it stretch out in terms of projection a little more than this. But if you're looking for a budget version that's not gonna break the bank, then you could purchase this. But of course, if you want to support the original creation, I always say go ahead and do so. So that was number one. The second fragrance that I'm excited to introduce to you guys is Lattafa's Queen of Roses. So this decant I bought off Nikki Purposeful Life's decant shop. She has a shop called SWP Health and Beauty where she sells decants. When it showed up, I smelled it and I was like, this smells familiar. The name Queen of Roses itself left me guessing that perhaps this is going to be another rendition to Queen of Silk, and no, that is not what this fragrance is doing. It does have a minty rose, a peppery rose there in saffron, and it has that greenness of a patchouli in the dry down that makes it earthy, but keeping that floral, that rose, okay, that rose most especially. I think it does have other flowers, but it is a rose that you're going to enjoy most in this drying down a green patchouli feel. And guys, this fragrance smells very close to Brompton Immortals by Ex Nihilo. This is about 50 mls. I think the full size would probably set you back $300 or $400. I never bothered to check. I got mine in a Harrods advent calendar. Last year's advent calendar, guys, it was one of those advent calendars that if you missed it, I don't know where you were, because it had a lot of very good fragrances. Lattafa's Queen of Roses smells very similar to this, and with the Ex Nihilos, I know this is at a parfum, they do have the blue ones, so there's going to be another Brompton Immortals on the blue bottles. These I wore on skin, and unbelievably so, these two fragrances smell very similar. My concern with the Queen of Roses was whether it will dry down to a screechy patchouli, because this one is a patchouli scent, but it's one of those patchoulis that I can totally rock without a problem, and it doesn't. It does seem as though Lattafa did their very best in ensuring that this formula is awesome. Okay, so Brompton Immortals, if you're looking for a smell alike to it, you could try Queen of Roses. Queen suggests a feminine fragrance, but I think these two fragrances are unisex to my nose. Anyone can pull them off, guys. So that is another one that I wanted to clue you up. We have one from the House of Emper. I had this one in full size, but I have since finished that one. It's called Falling in Love. It's going to be in the same vein as Rolling in Love, just based on the naming there. And when I had my full bottle, I did not have Rolling in Love to compare. Now I do, and it's a very close. The lasting power is the only thing that kind of falls short when it comes to the Emper one. I wish it would do better, but having said that, I'm not saying Rolling in Love by Kilian is beast mode as well. Both are going to have that cherry, subtle feel, almondy feel, fruity feel. They are both going to be soft, but this one seems to fizzle faster than this. However, for those who may have been wondering whether there is a smell alike to Kilian's Rolling in Love, then you could try Emper's Falling in Love. The challenge with the Emper brand is they don't seem to be really out there when it comes to marketing their fragrances. So they do have a couple of gems, but it takes sometimes sitting through reviews like this for you to know that this is indeed a good fragrance, because they don't market that much, and I don't think they do Saint Pierre. And having said that, I didn't take this one out because it's a vial. I hate the fact that Kilian's vials are in a slide out form, and they are most of the time just wobbly like this. So if you open it the wrong way, you will drop it and you will lose your travel size. Moving on, let me just give you my final thoughts on fragrance Du Bois Serene, the original one, which is a fragrance that I said smelled very similar to Pinkling. Pinkling from the House of Paris Corner is going to have the cherry. It's going to be smoky as well. It's going to be incensey, something that this one does. So if you're looking for a cherry in woods, okay, a cherry in smoke, these two fragrances are going to do. The opening is going to be that very happy cherry, and then they veer into this direction where they start to bring out that smokiness about them, incensiness about them, which is a point where they both become strange. The original formulation somewhat manages to keep that smokiness flowy and somewhat smooth, where the Paris Corner one starts to feel a little bit screechy. But for DNA representation, I would say they tried. I just wish Paris Corner had put it in a better bottle, because this I don't know, it's just this particular thing especially is a plastic where if I drop this, I'm pretty sure that's the end of it. So I don't know why they had to put this bottle and then kept it with a flimsy collar. But yes, Pinkling does smell like serene, but has a little bit of a screechiness, which sometimes I get in some Paris Corners, especially that take a spiky, woody, tonka, smoky, vanillin direction, where they're kind of sneezy there. So I liked the DNA, but it was not enough for me to pull the plug. And I sat through reviews, guys, until I decided to buy this, and this was a blind buy. If you're looking for the Pinkling DNA, the Serene DNA, the original DNA, but you want it creamier, more concentrated, you want it more flowy, that woody spiky thing is eliminated, then I would say to try the Privé. Now, as I said, this is going to be a video where I show you affordable alternatives. We do not have an affordable alternative to this one just yet, but when I do come across it, I will certainly tell you. For now, yes, I can confirm that Pinkling does share some likeness to Serene, but it is the direction that each take there in how they present their spikiness or woodiness or incensiness that you get to see the differences there. Now, moving on, this is going to be an example of a fragrance that I came with here after there was speculation that it smelled a lot like Kirke. Kirke, I will show you the samples. Okay, this is Kirke. Let me show you another one. No, this is Queen of Silk. This is Kirke. Okay, Kirke is the most juvenile scent I have smelled thus far. It's very nostalgic. It's Alice in Wonderland. It's circus themed. It takes you to the park. You think of candy. It's very nostalgic, that sort of thing. And when Nudo Tutti Frutti by Fragrance World was dropped there, I wanted to see to what extent the gummy bears, that Tutti Frutti takes a direction whether indeed it's going to remind me of Kirke. And no, The similarities are in that note pyramid where they all use that Tutti Frutti Accord, gummy bears and stuff, but Kirke is way better in the finish to an extent that I bought it in full size. The only reason why I'm not going to open it here is because I have introduced a shorts channel, so we're going to be doing some unboxings there as well in the ratio of the shorts. So I do not want to open this, more so that I already know how it vibes. Like, I think these two, right, 1, 2, probably make the 5 samples that I've had collectively for Kirke. Trying it, and it just had that hook line where I had to buy it. There are fragrances like this that just make you happy. The downside is Tutti Frutti is not going to be one I will recommend for a Kirke smeller. Like, I still don't think we have been given something similar to Kirke. Okay, and if we do, I will definitely let you know. So I will do an unboxing of this. Already know how it smells like. That's why I didn't bother with that. Okay, next up is going to be a recommendation that I did bring some alternatives here. One was from Albania. If you love the Labo Santal 33, you've been looking at this paperwork solution number 4 and wondering what it's doing. Smells a lot like Santal 33, and so this I purchased off Skins, and then I purchased a lot of Frasers in the UK. I'm going to do an unboxing of the paperwork fragrances and tell you what's doing what, but this particular one, guys, is just another rendition to that Santal 33. So when it comes to Santal 33, it's going to be dependent on which house does it for you. You can get this one for about £40, and I think the Santal 33 one is about 200 or 300, somewhere thereabout. And Paris Corner has also gone on to give us an alternative to Santal 33 by Le Labo, as well as this house. Okay, as well as this house. This is a discovery set from, it says Stallion. No, Stallion is, it says, it doesn't even say. Okay, my partner sent me this, but it doesn't even say. But I think Stallion 53 of this discovery set, which is this one. Let me just spray it here so that I know that I am telling you about the right one, because there's 4 in here. Let me just spray it quickly. What I do not like about it is in the way it's sort of like in your face, trying to be like that Santal 33. Yeah, so this Stallion 53 is going to be in the same vein as Santal 33, so that is another option there. Now I'm gonna make this second from the last, and then we'll wrap up part 1. I came with Armaf, and this one is Pearl Jerd. This turned up in the mail cracked like this, but I didn't lose the juice, so it looks like it's a bottle in a bottle. Okay, but I don't know whether it was a postage handling or they actually put it in a broken bottle like this, because the packaging for Perle is a very secure. This is a creamy take to this Valaya. Now with Valaya, the original one, I have a tough time with it. That's why I have it in a mini. The one that I'll buy full size is the exclusive, and I've seen word flying about that this smells like the exclusive. I do not get that, guys. I just get a creamier Valaya. The aldehydic feel in this that's emmed up is pretty toned down in this to make a creamy feel of a fragrance. So I'm going to recommend Perle Joe as an alternative to Valaya. Okay, to Valaya, not the exclusive. The last one, guys, is a fragrance I just want to show you because I was curious about this brand. Okay, Mind Games. I was curious. I went in store. I think I have the video. If I didn't post it, I don't know. Okay, I was curious about these fragrances, but this is a house that I probably need to buy a whole discovery set of them. The very first travel size that I got my hands on, which is Blockade, is one that didn't impress me. And even when I went in store to try some of them, because I was intrigued about the prices and stuff, thinking, what is this brand all about? Because these, even in discounters, you'll get for 400-500, somewhere thereabout. And I can't imagine how much they cost from the actual website itself. But the disappointing part about Blockade, though it's a beautiful fragrance to me, is it was another offering to that Aventus DNA, something that I have come across multiple times, okay? And if you missed some of the Aventus smell-alikes on the market, get your hands on this. This I'm keeping for my son, because I have so many of this Aventus DNA that I don't want to open. The Club de Nuit Intense Men one, I'm not going to open that, but I can 100% recommend that if you're looking for an affordable Aventus smell-alike, then you can get this. Lattafa has multiples of them. The same DNA is going to smell again like Nishani Hashivat. And if you ask me, I actually prefer Hashivat, which I believe is a clone of Aventus. But anyway, in a nutshell, Club de Nuit Intense Men is going to be the affordable one. Blockade is going to be the version that you're going to get from Mind Games. Smells very similar. So Blockade reminds me of Aventus. Aventus is Aventus, and the one that really does it for me is the Hashivat. So that's it for part one, guys. I'll be back with another lot of fragrances that I intend to show you that are going to save you money. Some affordable fragrances that borrow from expensive DNAs, and to what extent they're doing what in terms of lasting power. Remember that we do have our products for sale. Proud Mary Extract de Parfum, you can get on our website and right here on YouTube, and you can get numero 2. These are my 2 fragrances that I created, guys. We have a combo deal for $199, and you can buy yourself a combo deal because it's cheaper. This one is $149 on its own, and this is $89.99 on its own. So if you add the 2, it costs more. It's cheaper to buy the pair. Thank you so much for joining me today. Drop in the comment section some of the affordable alternatives to expensive fragrances, and we can discuss further. Like and share this video, and remember, guys, that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.